All right, have you ever had a situation where you tried to explain something, or you had a debate or an argument, and you said everything that you meant, but you didn't quite close the loop? You didn't quite tie a bow on it and think, okay, I got it. I explained exactly what I meant. Well, if you watch the video that I posted yesterday where I talked about Robinhood and the clip from Jeremy from Financial Education as he was talking about an analogy, if you watch that video, I said all things that I believe are true in that video. I explained myself, but felt like that there was something missing. This morning I thought of a way that I could help finish closing the loop on that. And so if you watch this video and it kind of doesn't really make sense, go back and watch that one. I think it'll make total sense. So the main idea is that Robinhood right now is an example of a company that has so much cash on the balance sheet that it actually roughly is equivalent to the total market cap of the company, which sounds like a ridiculous situation, because it is. And we know that the stock market creates these situations sometimes where there's crazy opportunity or crazy traps sometimes. And so the analogy that he gives is that it's similar to if you were going to buy a house for $1 million and there was $1.2 million in cash buried in the backyard. And on the surface, that looks like a good analogy. And even I yesterday was thinking, yeah, that's a pretty fair analogy. And the truth is it's not. And I'm going to explain why in just a minute. But you're picturing going to view a property and the real estate agent is like, Mr. Jeff, you're not going to believe this, but the price of the home is $1 million, and I happen to know for a fact that there's a suitcase on the property with $1.2 million cash in it. Well, then, as I'm going through the property, as I'm looking through the house, what am I doing? I'm looking for suitcases, right? I want to see this. And shoot, if I can see that there's $1.2 million of cash sitting in a suitcase, like, where do I sign? I want this deal, right? And the idea is you're getting the house for free. You could turn around and take that money and buy another house, or you can do whatever you want to with it. And that's where the analogy breaks down. Because when you're comparing it to investing in a company that has a boatload of cash, this would be a more fair analogy. As I'm going through the house, we get to the guest bedroom, and sure enough, we walk in and there's a suitcase on the bed, and I'm getting excited, except there's something weird. There's a man sitting there on the bed with his hand on the handle of the suitcase. And he's a nice looking man. He's dressed in a suit and he's smiling, and I'm looking at the real estate agent going, oh, what in the world? This is creepy, weird, and I'm getting nervous. And she says, well, I told you there was a suitcase full of cash. And he introduces himself to me and says, Mr. Jeff, I heard, obviously you're interested in buying this property, and my name is Vladimir Tenev, and that's the CEO of Robinhood. And I heard that you're an investor, and I'm hoping that you're looking at this property and planning to rent it out, to turn it into a business situation. I say, well, that's an interesting possibility. And he says, I have this cash here in this suitcase, and if you'll be my partner, I will reinvest this cash, and I'm going to work some crazy deals, and we're going to make a boatload of money. That is a more accurate analogy. Could it still be a great deal? Maybe. It's a crazy situation. In the case of Robinhood and Vladimir Tenev, investors across the stock market are voting with their dollars to pass on that deal. Am I saying that no one should take that deal? No, that's up for everyone to decide. But I wouldn't make that deal. Okay, if you change that person in the suit to Elon Musk, oh, everybody's taking that deal, right? Like, where can I sign? And Mr. Musk, can I put more money in the suitcase for you to work with? Because that guy has an incredible track record of turning his investments into greater value and having incredible returns. You turn that guy into Jeff Bezos. I know he's not running Amazon anymore, but would you take the deal? Absolutely. I don't know if he knows anything about rental properties, but I'd be willing to take the risk to sign up to give him the capital to work with because he knows how to invest his money to create value, to create great returns. Are there other leaders out there? Are there other CEOs? Sure. If Sundar Pichai from Google or Peter Thiel, or there's all kinds of different great CEOs out there that I'd be happy to take that deal with. But as far as Vladimir Tenev, I'm going to pass. And in the case of Macy's, the comparison that I was making yesterday, Jeffrey Jennett has all these real estate assets that he could work with and unlock value from. Everybody's kind of taking a pass on that one. And it's not just them. There are a lot of opportunities in the market where people are saying, you know what, I just don't trust the management to execute. I just don't trust the CEO. And that's the case with Robinhood. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you have a great day.